and welcome to another episode of Who We Are. I am your host, Nicola Ajayi, and this is a show that features open and honest discussions about the things that make us as women who we are. I sit down with women who are multi-talented and multifaceted, who are living their lives on purpose. They're excelling in their fields, and they're doing exactly what God called them to do here on this earth. Today I have an exciting show for you because I actually get the pleasure of sitting down with one of my colleagues. She is the host of the In Between show, and it's here on our network, One Word TV. I'd love to introduce to you Miss Grace Kipasa Lushima. Welcome to the show today, Grace.
Hey, how are you, Nicola? Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here. I like this. I love this.
I'm excited to have you too. I'm actually excited that you're in the hot seat today because normally you're on this side, right, doing the interviewing, asking questions, but today we get to pick your brain and find out who you are and get to talk about the thing we have to talk about today. But before we get into the topic of our show, I like to ask all of my guests who come on here to introduce themselves to my viewers and to let us know in their own words who you are.
Okay, in my own words. Okay. Well, my name is Grace Kipasa Lushima. I am first and foremost a servant, a daughter of the Most High God. I consider myself as a vessel that the Lord has brought to this earth to serve Him and to do things according to Him. And then, of course, a little bit about what I do in my career. I am a business consultant with a heavy background in HR. I've done HR for over 15 years, and I kind of just took that and brought it out, and I just started now consulting under my own company, which is called Talia House. And I have a website out there, which is gracekipasa.com, where I do consultings for groups of people. I do personal consulting for entrepreneurs, churches, whatever. Anybody who needs help in their organization, who needs help in their business, I kind of do the whole nine thing. But I also do have a nonprofit organization called A Cup of Tea, which is it reunites women, African women, Christian women all around the world, and we create this network to where we kind of just network with one another. We build, put ideas together, and we try to bring it back to Africa, especially for all of us who got the chance to come to the western side of the world. We're taking whatever we learned from here and trying to bring it back home.
I love that.
So I do that too. So that's a little bit of what I do. Of course, oh my God, I forgot. I am a new wife.
Yay!
Since it's such a new thing.
I know, it's hard to say I'm a wife.
Right, I'm a wife. Well, God. Well, I'm a wife.
How long have you been married?
Well, I'm 6 months in, girl.
Yes, girl.
Wait, 7, 8 months in. Well,
and counting.
And counting. And years to come. So I'm proud of that as well. It's a blessing.
Congratulations on
you.
Being a newlywed and all that. Congratulations on
you.
Stepping out of the working for someone role and into owning your own thing, which is it's important these days, and it's something that, we hear the word entrepreneur and everybody's getting into it, and it's a wonderful thing. But of course, there's a right way to do it. It's not something that you just wake up one day and you say, hey, I'm going to quit my job and I'm going to go ahead and start my own company. No. A lot of people, and a lot of people do need that consulting, which is what you offer, that coaching, that guiding along in the process. Because believe it or not, there's a structure and a way to do it to set yourself up for success.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely. So how it works, social media has a lot of people confused. And this is where I come in. Before I decided to go out of my own, I was working in corporate America for almost 15 years. I started off, of course, like everybody did, high school jobs, Target. I worked at Target, is my favorite store, by the way. I love Target.
Love it.
Was at Target for 5 years. I did little jobs here and there until I kind of found my way within HR and kind of built my career within. It took a lot of me to come to this decision to say, okay, I'm coming out on my own. Right? But today, society, social media tells you, you don't have to go to college. You can quit your job and start your own business. No, that's not how it works. It's not for everyone. And if I could put a percentage for it, in 100%, this probably just might work for 20% of people. Do you understand? And why is because it takes a lot of discipline that a lot of people don't have. So yes, you just don't jump in the boat and be like, I'm going to quit my job. No, you need to put in a couple of years, because your job can actually teach you a lot on entrepreneurship or on owning a business. That's if I'm consulting today, I'm consulting today with my HR background that I learned in corporate America, that I'm bringing out, and then I'm building something.
You have to learn those fundamental skills.
Absolutely.
And it does start from being an employee.
Right.
I kind of feel like, how can you become the best boss if you've never been an employee? I'm not saying it's not possible.
No,
but you get that foundation from learning how to be disciplined, how to be responsible.
Absolutely.
And then in turn, that teaches you how to be a leader.
It's especially that word leader. If we go back to the Bible says you have to first serve before people can serve you. Like you have to first do for an employee's do for your company what you want people to do for you. And in today's world, people go to their jobs and they think it's okay to just, I'm just here to get my check. No, like, you literally have to be able, those ethics build habit. You have to be able to work at that company as if it was your own, despite who is leading or who you're working for, but your ethics shouldn't change according to what your boss's attitude is.
Let's get into some of the things that your consulting course actually teaches people. Because you do have an actual course. Tell us a little bit about your course. What are some things we can learn from it?
I consider myself a visionary OBGYN.
I love that. A visionary OBGYN.
A visionary OBGYN. So why am I saying this, right? As women, there's something that the Lord gave us, and He gave us the ability to bring something to life, to give birth, okay? But you don't get pregnant today and give birth the next day. It's a whole process. It's a whole process. It takes literally 9 months for you and sleepless nights for you to bring this baby to life. But then it doesn't stop there. That's actually when it starts. And then until life brings you to where it needs to bring you. And that is the same thing with your vision. That is the same thing with your dreams. That is the same thing with your career. That's the same thing with your family. So I have a package, or I try not to call it a package, but I have this package that's called the 9-month process to birthing a vision. Right? In today's society, when you're talking about birthing a vision, automatically people think starting your own business. No, because as you and I know it, normally it's supposed to take 9 months to bring a baby to life.
If it all goes well,
Exactly.
Perfect.
So that's a little bit about what I do on that area.
On that course. So this is a good point for us to take a quick break. We're going to take a station break, and we're going to come back on the other side, and we can continue talking to Miss Grace Kipasa Lushima about this whole visionary OB-GYN. What is it, a visionary OB-GYN? I love that term. For some reason, that just is so catchy. We're going to unpack that on the other side of the break.
We will.
When we get back.
All right.
I'm Nicola Ajayi, a wife, a mother, a registered nurse, and a business owner, and my talk show is Who We Are. It's a show that features multifaceted Christian women who are purposefully living the lives that God called them to live. He's a very present help in time of need, and in your time of need, He showed up to help you, even though you didn't even know. On this show, we discuss topics that are relevant in the lives of women, such as our careers and businesses, our relationships and family, self-care and beauty, and living our lives on purpose.
Whatever it takes, we are a team, and it is a team effort. And
If you'd like to be a guest on our show and also advertise your business on our program, please send us an email at contact@onewordtv.com. You can also DM us on Instagram at @1_WBN. And let your light shine.
No matter what kind of profession you have, no matter what kind of thing you're doing, do not give up on your passion, do not give up on your dreams.
And we're back. Still here talking to Grace about her company, Talia House. Yes. And before the break, you were just telling us about how you are a visionary OBGYN. And you birth companies. And not only just that, but you help people who are already on the process of owning their own company, right?
Exactly.
You mentioned the fact that some people need to take a U-turn, right?
Yeah,
just kind of start over.
When we're talking about it, and this is not just for entrepreneurs. Some people feel as if I'm only dealing with entrepreneurs, business owners. No, I'm also dealing with career-oriented people, or people who just want to do something with their lives, and they don't know where to go, or how to go about it. It's a very basic, administrative, very organizational thing that you can fit it in anything that you want to do within your life, right?
Got it.
So why I say vision is because it's whatever you see that you want to become, that you want to do. This is exactly where these methods kind of help you get there.
I see.
And why did I want to bring it out is because it took me that much time to get to this place. It took me a lot of failures. It took me a lot of quitting jobs. It took me a lot of losing jobs. It took me a lot of trying this and this doesn't work, trying this and that doesn't work, for me to kind of get to the point I'm like, this is how I should have done it. This is how I should have proceeded. And of course, there's a lot of things in life that adds on to it.
Of course.
When you're called to do or be something or someone, tragedies, struggles always follows through to build you to become the person, the man or the woman that you want to become.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
So those trials and tribulations of life are what build your character.
Yes.
And they ultimately show you what your purpose is. So
Exactly.
tell us a little bit about some of the things that you have experienced.
Oh,
brought you to this point.
Oh, goodness. Let's see. A lot of struggles. I struggled a lot in my life, honestly. And it's those that, I could read books and books and books, just like you can, and anybody else who's watching. When you're looking at your own life, your own situation, you're asking yourself, does anybody else go through what I go through?
Yeah.
But one of the things that kind of stood out a lot in my life, and within a short period of time of 6 years, I always say this, I made 3 trips to the 3 bad trips to the cemetery. I buried my youngest brother, my father, and my other brother literally within 6 years.
Wow.
That is one of the most the tragedies that, amongst others, that happened to me, that kind of helped me understand exactly what life is all about and how God wants things to be done, and build my relationship with God, my relationship with myself. Because a lot of times we build relationship with friends, we build relationship with husbands and children and family members, and we forget to build a relationship with yourself. And it's by building this relationship with myself that I started to discover so many things about me that I could do to help others who could find themselves in this situation, or who've been in this situation, just can't find a way how to get out of it.
I could see how experiencing that amount of tragedies in that short amount of time.
Yes.
It's an eye-opening experience, I would imagine.
Yes.
And it causes you to do a lot of self-reflection, I'm sure.
A lot of self-reflection, because this is a family member. This is your brothers. This is your father. You're asking yourself pretty much questions. This could have been me. So what if that was me tomorrow? What am I leaving behind? What am I being remembered by? Who did I help? Lord, how did I serve you? What did I do? Because you don't know when you're going to leave. It can happen to anyone. We've seen 6-month-old baby dying, 18-year-old, 20-year-old, 90-year-old. You don't know. You don't know. But while you're here, what are you doing with your time? And that's that building relationship with myself.
Right.
What brought me to question all those things that kind of got me to this point where I am right now in my life.
Time is our biggest resource.
And
it cannot be wasted.
No,
we
it
cannot afford to waste a minute.
No.
And I've always said, if you have a purpose, I'm a big advocator of, when you have a purpose in life, God has given all of us a calling.
Yes.
It's up to you to figure out what it is.
Exactly.
Whatever that desire is in you that serves God and that honors Him.
Yes.
That's your purpose. You need to act on that.
But then people confuse purpose. People think a purpose is your job. Not all the time.
Well, yeah.
Not all the time. This could fall in for people who work in things that help people. Yes, but your purpose doesn't mean millions. Your purpose doesn't mean you'll be a billionaire. We're not all... I don't know how to stress this out. And I swear I'm not cursing anybody. I'm sure there's people watching this and they're saying, in Jesus' name,
I rebuke that.
I rebuke this. We're not all going to be
millionaires.
We're not all going to have billions. We're not all going to be doing shows like this. We're not all going to be the Oprahs. We're not all going to own our own business, because there's people that need to work in your business to make your business. We're not. You just have to find where does your shoe fit? Like, where do you stand? There's people's purpose in life is to, how you say in French, to help others build their business. And you can actually be smarter than your CEO, but that doesn't mean that you need to be a CEO.
Okay.
You can actually preach the word of God better than your pastor. That doesn't mean that you're called to be a pastor. Or you're called to be a pastor for your wife and your children. Or you're called to be a pastor for your family. You're not forcefully have to be a Facebook pastor.
Yeah, because everyone is called to be a pastor of their own family.
Exactly.
Parents.
So it's just that with today media, social media, we all are all confused, and we all have these 5 titles that we have to fall under. Either you're a millionaire, a billionaire, or what is the other one? You're a social media influencer, whatever. Okay. You're an influencer, you're a YouTuber, or you're hosting shows. And it seems as if that's what everybody needs to fall under, to be considered successful. But my definition of success is you actually doing what God called you to do. That's successful.
That's it.
Now, and if that's you cleaning people's homes, then there you're in your successful life.
Yeah.
You understand?
Oh, that's certainly what it is.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit more about Talia House.
Talia House.
So, well, let's just say this. So we talked about those people that, we know that we have this calling and we feel this deep desire and we feel like, okay, this is what I need to do.
Yes.
Okay, there are those. But then there's those others that, okay, maybe they didn't necessarily feel like they were so-called called to do this thing, but this is the business that they have on deck. It's established.
Yes.
Got my LLC, I got my S Corp, whatever it is, and I'm moving in this direction, but I feel like I'm stuck. Like I feel like, well, okay, what's next? I don't feel fulfilled. I don't feel like I'm going in the right direction. I'm just lost, and I need some type of direction.
Okay.
Where do those kind of people fit into Talia House?
So I have this thing called Make a U-Turn. I named my program just because I had to relate to it, right? I actually took it down from my website because I'm still working on some of it. You have to learn how to make a U-turn. It takes a lot of humility, not strength. Not yet strength. It takes a lot of humility to get to that point to say, I need help, I'm stuck, I need to make a U-turn. I need to go back. It doesn't take money. It doesn't take, all type of resources. It takes humility. Why am I saying this humility is do you know that people are proudful or are arrogant with themselves?
Oh, yeah.
Like, I can't go back. I've already, I.
Pride,
and you tell that to yourself. Before being arrogant with other people, you're first arrogant with yourself. As if I'm too, and this is where you become stuck. So whenever you feel stuck and you just don't know how to move forward, take that humble step to say to yourself, Grace, I'm stuck. I don't know what to do. Let me go seek help. It takes a lot of humility to go seek help. Now, that help can come from your partner. If you're married, that help can come from your children, school, books, whoever. But first, admit to yourself that you need help.
For sure.
You see what I'm trying to say? That's the first thing before we even move forward. If not, you're talking to a brick wall. And I have clients that come to me telling me that they don't need help, but yet telling me that they do need help. Because of that. When I meet those type of clients, I'm like, I can't really help you yet until you really acknowledge within yourself you're stuck.
Right.
Then after that, everything else just flows.
It just goes from there.
Yeah.
All right.
Pretty much.
Well, we are going to take another break, and we're going to end this on the other side of the break, but we have a little bit more to talk about, and we'll see you soon.
Yes.
If you'd like to be a guest on our show and also advertise your business on our program, please send us an email at contact@onewordtv.com. You can also DM us on Instagram at @1_WBN. And let your light shine.
And we are back. We've been having a lovely conversation with Grace here about her consulting firm, Talia House.
Yes.
And you were letting us know about all of the ways that you can help somebody who's not only just starting a business or making a U-turn in business. It doesn't even have to be business, right? It can just be your career, your life in general.
Exactly, exactly.
I love the fact that you say that it starts with a vision, which you liken to the birthing process, right?
Exactly, exactly. It starts with a vision of exactly who you are, as we are right now, and what you see yourself that you want to be, what you want to do. Yeah. And vision doesn't always mean career, job. A vision can simply be doing something charitable. A vision can be what you want to see come out of your children. What are things that you need to do to bring them to that level? Like, it's so many things, but I'm really against what the world likes to do. Put everything in a box, as if you're not within that box, it doesn't work. That's not true. There's so many things, just so many opportunities. Life is just full of so many things.
No, it is. That's the fun thing about life.
Yes,
but
it is.
At the same time, some people need that structure and that hand-holding and that guiding along the process.
Exactly.
Right? It doesn't always come naturally to most people, but you're here probably to serve the people that it doesn't come as naturally to, I would imagine.
It doesn't. Mostly people. I always say the fact that I have a career doing this, something is wrong. I know, but it's a good thing, because it's helping me too.
Of course.
But the thing about it is, it's simple things. Because we're in a show, it's difficult for me to go into the administrative details of step by step of what it takes to be or do my programs or kind of participate or have me as a consultant or anything like that. But I like to share some ideas. One of the things that stands out to me the most is I've watched. That's why I use the OBGYN thing, of course, because I'm a woman. I've watched pregnant women for 9 months, studied them for 9 months as well, and what they go through throughout the pregnancy process. And it just one day just hit me, right? Because the thing with life, or I'll use entrepreneurs for an example, people who want to be business owners, there is a difference between a business owner and an entrepreneur. And of course, and a career path person, there is a difference. For 9 months, the moment, and I'm going to use this for those who are spiritually led, the moment you receive the seed and you acknowledge something happens, change happens. You don't know yet automatically that right now I'm pregnant. No. It takes time for you to kind of notice.
Yeah.
So things starts to happen to your body. This is no longer normal. And for those who are career-led women, you'll realize that if you find yourself probably in your company, like I did, something is not sitting right with me anymore. I'm not comfortable anymore. Like something is changing. I'm becoming uncomfortable.
Right.
So I attach that to that beginning process.
Okay.
Like there's something in me that something is not right. And then what do? You go get tested. And when you go get tested, and the amazing news, the doctor says, hey, you're pregnant. And when I relate to getting tested is you start to look within yourself like, what can I not do more? And then you find out exactly what you want to do. Anyways, not to take it too long. A lot of things changes in the woman's body, behavior, attitude, everything, even in your household when you become pregnant. Everything changes. You change the way you eat, you change the way you walk, you change how you sleep, you change places you go. I'm sure you're not going night clubbing while you're 4 months pregnant. It's not happening.
Of course.
You change how you drive. Everything about you changes. You change your house. You start looking for pink or blues or whatever it is that you start preparing yourself for.
Building the nursery, all of that.
Everything about you changes, and you progressively make those changes. And that's the same thing with you when you're trying to birth your vision. Everything about you has to change, and then as a mother, everything becomes about this pregnancy. It's all about it. Yes, I can cook for my husband, I can cook for my other children, I can do this, but I also have to take care of this. Yeah,
that priority.
You always find time to take care of this. So for those of you guys who are trying to find a way to leave corporate or leave your job and start something new, make sure you always have time to take care of that.
Sure.
Go to work, do your job. But whenever you come back, find 30 minutes, write something about it, touch on that plan, do something. But you have people, they're like, oh yeah, I want to open up my nail shop, and then they're doing something else, and then 5 years later they want to go back to it. No, you have to progressively make attempts to get to where you need to be.
Every single day. Yes, you cannot abandon it. You've got to work on it.
You have to.
And like you said, I love the fact that you can say, that you said, it could be literally 30 minutes a day, or maybe you want to dedicate an hour a day.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter. Maybe it's your lunch break. Maybe it's after the kids have gone to bed at 9.
Exactly.
You're up till 12. You're doing what you got to do
Always.
to make that business succeed,
Always.
or that vision, or whatever it is that God has put on your heart.
You have to touch on it every day. If you have it written down somewhere, go back and reread it. The more it stays in your mind, like your pregnancy does, the more you continue to find ways to make it come to pass.
I hope you all have learned something. I have. This has been an exciting conversation
Thank you.
with you, Grace. I'm so glad that I
Thank
finally
you.
had a chance to pick your brain and sit you down, and it's been excellent. I hope
Wait, can I interrupt you? I forgot.
go ahead.
We haven't even talked about in between.
Yes.
So here I am. So I also have a show called In Between, where we talk about the in-between moments in life. And that's where we go deep into those, what happened for you to get here. So Nicola does Who We Are, which tells what we are doing. I do what happened for you to get to who you are today. So I do also have a show which is called In Between, and that's also on the same platform with Nicola. So
so check that out. You have to check it out here on One Word TV. We're here to serve you all, and we're just here to let our light shine. That's what we're doing. We're letting our light shine, because that's what God put us on this earth to do, and we are living it. We're having fun while doing it. And we're blessing you all. Hope you've been blessed. So follow us on social media. Check out our YouTube page, our Instagram page, and our Facebook page. Connect with us, engage with us. We want to talk to you all. We want to get to know you all. And we want to continue serving you. If you want to be a guest on this show, you know how to reach us. Our information is down below. You can email us at any time. Thank you again, Grace, for joining us.
Thank you, Nicola. I'm so
you for
excited.
being a guest.
You need to come on my show now.
I'm there, girl. Let me know. I'm there.
We have to do something so both of us can,
It's done.
Thank you
It's
so much.
a done deal.
Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next episode of Who We Are.
Bye-bye.